Yo, what's up? It's your boy, GNick10, another nothing video here. Also, always make eye contact. Eating a banana. So the question is, really a nothing video? I know you know me by now. You don't believe it for a second. Not for a second. Shame. Should believe. Or shouldn't you? Apparently not. See, I want to know why that title says Deadly Premonition 2. Wrong. The title's very clearly Deadly Premonition. See? Deadly Premonition. So, Twitch interface, get your shit together. Oh, that's right, we were in sleep mode. So really last time we just got an intro. We fucked with Francis Zach Morgan. It was the FBI. Really Aaliyah from the FBI. Thinks you're a piece of shit. That was actually behind all these murders that you solved. Alright, goal, return to York's room and review the case. We got a sprint button. Oops. Oh, it reveals the shit you can do. Oh, it's on the outside. God damn it. I wasted literally half of my focus because that mechanic literally sucks. Dun 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 dun. First off, that is not a coffee vending machine. If anybody's ever worked anywhere where there was a coffee vending machine, that is not a coffee vending machine. So the fact that there's coffee and milk in there, like the cola and root beer make perfect sense. But the coffee in a regular cup makes no sense. Why does the black coffee cost more than the coffee with milk in it? That's two components instead of one component. Obviously, because the black coffee works better, but like, excuse me? Well, that was the other exclamation point. That is a mirror. I like the relaxing music. And the fact that I'm in PJs and didn't eat my crawfish lobster thing. Oh, you didn't see what happened. You didn't see what happened at all. I think that's a good spot. I just got I hit that dude with the 2-piece. Got fined $100 for each hit. That is unfortunate. And I don't know where the save is because I had autosave off. Oops. I'm learning. Oh damn, there we go. Head still cockeyed. Somehow still have a posture issue.
Sang Rouge. We've been chasing it all over America, but I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach? I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it seemed too much.
Sang Rouge.
This hole's from the shootout in Tucson. And this stain's from Miami. Ah, Miami. Now that was a fascinating case.
Hey. Hey.
Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two. Even with the help of the drugs, a feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude. I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor.
I was so impressed that this man literally ripped himself in half that I forgot I left that on the floor. I think everybody would.
Same floor his blood gushed out onto. I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
Evidence organization, start to. Saint Rouge.
An emergent drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states. Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana.
Very presumptuous of you.
And Lise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow.
Very presumptuous, like you literally just heard about it 5 minutes ago at breakfast from a chef.
The 16-year-old girl who was murdered. Her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar.
PJ Clarkson.
The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare. And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
Evidence organized. Mission 1, clear.
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay. For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did.
Are you sure, York?
This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line.
What, of just things blowing up?
A genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that.
Never seen The
Zach?
Island, so... Answer, he who knocks. I am the danger. I am the one who knocks. Link board has been unlocked. Oh. Oh. Well, I gotta look at everything. Tutorial. Save points. In this game, you can use phones to save your progress. Phones are located inside certain facilities and around town and can be used whenever you wish. Saving often will definitely help your investigation go more smoothly. Alright, so Lise Clarkson connected to PJ Clarkson. We've got Chef David. You never know. Could come all the way to the end and it's Chef David. You know, for a security guard, he had an awful lot of information. Hopefully you know what movie that's from. You can just look at the link board. I can't make new links. Okay. What a nice hotel room, first off. You kidding me? Why is there an altar in here? This is further proving that York is the killer. York Zach is the killer. Why do we have an altar? Why do we have a strange altar in here? How would we have gotten it? Toolbox. Tutorial toolbox. You can use the toolbox to store items and then take them back out later. You can only hold so many items on your person at once. You'll need to utilize the toolbox sooner or later. You can only use the toolbox when you're standing near one, so be careful which items you choose. Oh, we have shit in the box already. Cold be gone. Interesting. So there's a lot of things that can happen to you. Use this to camp outside. It's cheap, so it breaks easily. What are you doing? Ripping it? Anti-numb. Extremely bitter, but very powerful when used to alleviate paralysis. Antidote. Extremely bitter, but very powerful when used or used as an antidote for poison. Butter cookie. Loaded with butter. Loved by all ages. Fills your stomach a tiny bit. Middle cigarette. Hard to find cigarettes that York loves. Pastime normally. Okay, so we're just gonna have to pay attention. I kinda wanna take... Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna take one of each.
I'm very satisfied with the decorations and the size of this closet, Zach. And it's even got a security box. What else could a man ask for? It's proof that we're still safely inside the fringes of modern civilization.
Be sure. Also, how you like side profile Gina? Because there's not much I can do with this new monitor to try to make it a better profile. I'm gonna see this side of my face. Plus, you can use the closet to change clothes and send clothes out for dry cleaning. If you wear the same clothes for a long time, they'll become dirty, so make sure you clean them regularly and properly groom yourself. Why is this part of the game? I guess that's immersive. Do note that when you send one outfit out for dry cleaning, you won't be able to wear it again until it's delivered back to you. We're gonna wear the agent suit because I wasted money hitting a civilian twice. I didn't think it would actually hit him. I don't know why I didn't think it would actually hit him. Also, he'll grow a 5 o'clock shadow. Okay.
Due to the nature of our work, we've had to stay at hotels all over America. But Zach, do you know what I hate most about living out of a hotel? Shower pressure. The shower was invented so that human beings could quickly bathe in large quantities of water, correct? Yet there are far too many hotels in our nation that have showers with embarrassingly weak water pressure.
I agree, York.
It's an outrage. And I'll keep tooting my horn about this every chance I get, believe you me.
As a person that stays in probably 7-8 hotels a year, I agree. I think I looked around the room enough.
Hey there, chef. What's cooking?
Chef, what are you talking about, sir? I'm the concierge, David.
David Jawara, concierge.
I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the meaning behind our town's name.
Yes, I've gathered that Lucare is French, but does it
La
have any
Carie.
special meaning?
Why, yes, sir, of course it does. A very clear, logical meaning. All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this one means?
Yes, I would.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain. Lucare means square in French.
Ah. And
That's it.
that's it?
Yes, that's it, sir. Do take a gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and
Where'd this dude's accent come from?
I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Shaved. Why are you smiling?
Did you see that, Zach? That was clearly David.
Was
Not a
clearly
twin,
David.
Not a split personality. Just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say. The job makes the man.
Check out the old map of Dakar, the hotel lobby. I'm gonna say it though. I'm gonna say it different every time. Where'd I get a photo of the chef, by the way?
Do you feel that, Zach?
Feel
Dozens
it now,
of
Mr.
paintings no one
Krabs?
will ever see.
You feeling it now,
A
Squidward?
faint scent of tobacco baked into these walls for over a century. Now that's what I call a hotel. Zach, can you see him? His fashion sense is beyond me, but he appears to be a gentleman. Perhaps we should talk to him. Nice tie. Did you buy it here?
It's been a long time since someone spoke to me. No one these days ever tries to see me.
They can see what's far in the distance, but are blind to what's in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see. That's what civilized society does to people.
Exactly. Ever since mankind got their hands on civilization, they zoomed away at a frightening speed.
Zoomed away from what?
Don't be a fool. You know the answer. As for me, just call me Hoongan.
Hello, Hoongun.
Hoongat. Title given to a leader in a certain religion. Is that what you are?
Do you comprehend the oracle?
The Oracle. Put on your religion hat, Zach. Here we go.
Fell 10 maidens in the shrine of hunger. Find the flying serpent in the ambiguous zero. Dance with the flying serpent, and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it. But what do you mean by otherworld?
Follow the oracle.
Zach, did you hear all that? Looks like we've already taken our first step into chaos. But such is our duty. We need to accept the chaos, let it inside, then carefully dismantle it piece by piece. And after we've put all the pieces back into their rightful places, the truth will reveal itself. Let's capture the truth and present it with a shiny pair of silver bracelets, Zach.
I'd say a dragon. Fell 10 maidens. Kill 10 maidens. Put basically on one of those altars. Get a dragon and go to the underworld? Or otherworld? I don't know. My memory sucks. Literally just watched it. Oh, there's the autosave. Alright, let's not hit any more patrons with the two-piece.
Zach, here's another perfect symbol of the human condition. Hunting trophies.
True.
And it's a buffalo hunting trophy. Now that's a surprise.
Technically, that's a bison.
I've seen several trophies made out of human skin, but never a buffalo's.
York, what?
Looking at him brings out this strange feeling from within me. Yes, the very same feeling I got when watching a certain film from 1984, directed by Peter Hyams, 2010. The last scene in that film filled me with such a sublime, majestic feeling. It was filled with everything that was missing from the finale of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Boring movie. Never get through it. People tell me it's great. Can't get through that movie.
Just talking about it makes me want to watch it again. Let's watch it once we get home. Promise, Zach.
That explains all the DVDs Zach has. Oh, what's inexplicably in here? Who would pay $1.50 for a lollipop? Especially one that looks like a Tootsie Pop. $2.30 for one chocolate chip cookie? $2.60 for a donut? This is 2005! Yeah, it literally just reveals all the things that you can go look at.
Whether it's a restaurant or a hotel, the key to charming your customers is how you present your bathroom. I'm sure you feel the same way, don't you, Zach? Now this is the kind of bathroom a person can really get excited about. It might even trump the one we saw in that drug dealer's house in Austin. Remember? The art piece on display in there utilized the natural curves of human ribs in such a novel way.
Oops, I didn't mean to cut it off. That one stall? What the fuck is in there? Nothing in Predator Origin I can do in here.
Zach, this is Lucare. I think I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules.
Okay. Map has been unlocked.
Zach, what did you think of Hungun's oracle? Despite all the dramatic build-up, it's little more than a childish riddle. Heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned countryside.
Oracle decryption.
Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The oracle gave us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and where? And the 10 things that need to be knocked down. Simple, right? Alexis's Diner and Lane. This is it, Zach. There are even pins and a bowling ball on the sign. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both at the same time.
Cajun cuisine. Except for boils.
Nice job, Zach. I knew you'd be able to find it. Now for the other oracle. There's no flying serpent on this map. Could it be a contrail or perhaps a dragon? I'm sure we'll find out later. First, let's just figure out where we need to go. Do you know what the ambiguous 0 represents? 0 is usually treated as a base number. But under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous? The answer is temperature, Zach. Yes. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous 0 than that. The question is, does our 0 refer to Celsius or Fahrenheit? The Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse. That's got to be it. Even with this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the temperature below freezing.
Right, freezing temps. Market. I mean, what?
Be honest now, Zach. You knew the answer from the very start, didn't you?
Kinda. You talked enough to where it pointed me in the right direction. Oh yay, we got 15 of our 200 back that we lost.
And how about that Huga? What a mysterious character. His oracles may end up determining how much time we spend in this town.
No smoking inside.
Sorry, boss, but this is a smoke-free hotel. If
Oh.
you're dying of smoke, head out the entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Don't tell me. You're the
At
bellboy.
your service, boss.
Are you
David.
good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends with each other. We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
I believe we've struck gold here, Zach. It just screams Deep South, actually. No, it doesn't. This is all his charm.
Okay.
So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay. I'll play by your rules.
How are you gonna go say somebody pretending to be... How's that mission 12? What happened to missions 5 through 11? I'm 8, 1700. But yeah, how are you gonna say just because some dude is pretending, potentially pretending, to be multiple characters, that is the Deep South?
We always strive to provide our guest with the finest of service, sir. Our humble, bucolic town does have its inconveniences. Shopping, in particular, can be a bit of a slog. Therefore, we decided to provide a modest selection of daily necessities right here at our very own front desk.
Great. Sounds convenient.
Exactly.
Why are these hard to find? I can literally just buy them here. They weren't hard to find. Oh, because there's only 5, 3, and then there's 0. Oh, oh no, I have 5 packs. Hard to find my ass. Right here. Right, it's right there. Right here. It's right here. It's right here. I'm an idiot. Alright. Well, we know where the store is. Suntan lotion. Makes it easier to tan for a while? Anti-alkaline or alcohol, okay. Adhesive cleaner. I need a few more of those. Like in real life.
Please don't.
Would you mind if I asked
Oops.
you just one question, concierge?
By all means, please ask me whatever you like, sir.
Do you run this entire hotel all on your own? I mean, just the 3 of you?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
So you, or the 3 of you, own the entire place?
Oh, heavens no, sir. The chef, the bellboy, and myself are all mere employees of this fine hotel.
So the Clarksons own this place, too?
Not quite, sir. This hotel opened its doors long before the Clarksons came to prominence.
Impressive. No wonder this building has such a dignified air to it.
I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out. I don't know what he asked.
Indeed. This is probably the only building in all of Lucare that has managed to retain its original appearance.
Not Lucare.
So who's the owner? I simply must know the name of the person who had the fortune and sense to come into possession of such a fine building.
The owner of this hotel is none other than David Jawara, sir.
Zach, that's the 4th David. It all makes sense now. It'd be stranger if only the owner was a completely different person. I sincerely hope I get a chance to meet him during my stay here.
If I may, Mr. Morgan, sir, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Why not?
Why not?
Unfortunately, our owner has a bit of a personality problem.
You don't say, David.
The 3 of us here describe him as having a fractured mind.
Anybody else want a 2-piece? Who are you? You security?
Hey, boss. How can I be of service?
David, this hotel is pretty impressive. Why, thanks, boss. We're proud of our hotel here. Yes, we are. I can see why. Speaking of which, did you happen to take a peek at the decorations in the bathroom on the 1st floor? I did them up myself, I'll have you know. If you haven't, then go take a look. Oh yeah, and we're also really proud of how strong our water pressure is. Meaning, hey, this is the South, boss. Doesn't take long to drown yourself in the sweat. Catch my drift? Anyway, we made sure to set our shower's water pressure too high. Well then, I can't wait to experience it. I may just have to try it out tonight. You literally already remarked on that. I don't know why that was... No. I did not press it a second time. You're a fucking liar. What can I still look at further?
You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No. Wait, maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. Either way, this town clearly forced nature to bend to its rules. A perfect symbol of the human condition. Yes, I can feel the horrible weight of all the sins that have been committed here. Can't you, Zach?
Dun, 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 dun. Did it freeze? Oh, thank God. Who's watching me?
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater chance of getting lung disease.
Who asked you?
You know that means it's more likely
Patricia.
than getting asbestos poisoning?
The risk of death from lung cancer is actually much lower than what you think it is.
As I have a stage 4
In fact,
malignant
it's
tumor in
tiny
the future.
when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia. We're always surrounded by easy ways to die, you know. Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Then I reckon you also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How
You
about
chose
writing
to
that in a
stand there.
contract for me? You got a pen, right? I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Well, that's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to act like that. I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract. You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign here. Right here on the paper.
Just as I thought, Zach. This contract paper, it's a Sang Rouge wrapper. Sang Rouge is here, too. This must mean that Sang Rouge is connected to the Lise Clarkson murder case somehow. This is a sprawling case that spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach. We'll need to steal the right to investigate from the local authorities at once. By the way, miss, what's your name?
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
Patricia Woods.
Tell me, Patricia, does this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach, it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this time?
How should we do it this time? Tutorial. Basic controls. Even a special agent needs to stay sharp. When it comes to the basics, R is run. Pressing L is crouch. I guess the same R button is also dodge. The R stick moves the camera. ZR is melee. X is the red room.
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about. I'm Melvin. They call me the sheriff round here.
Are you actually the sheriff, though?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can. That's what everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right. Mr. York. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
I'm sure you figured this out, but our town's a small one. Yeah, folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town. Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? D.C., L.A., or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's
Thanks for
normal
not
not to know
putting
who your
me-
neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard and no one would bat an eye. That's the city for you. Now, I never lived in one myself, but I visited them a few times, so I know what it's like. All pigs must die in the city of wolves. Yeah! Now, does that sound badass or what? I bet you'd... Hey! I know, CLG. I'm just trying to make a little small talk, that's all. Anywho, round these parts, everyone knows each other's name. So lots of folks get leery when they see an étranger like you. And since it's my duty to protect the town, I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Zach, it looks like this sheriff is quite the happy-go-lucky type. A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is.
Who's he talking to?
Melvin, about the Lise Clarkson case.
I knew you were here for that case. Can't put one past the FBI. So they even got eyes on the smallest of towns like us, huh? Our world is filled with information, and it's all within their grasp. FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The Lise Clarkson case is connected to a top-secret case that we've...
I know. If you're fixing to take the lead, then go right ahead. I'm just the humble sheriff of a tiny little town. My jobs are to stop my neighbors from beating the piss out of each other and
We didn't
listen to
steal
old
it, he
folks
gave it to
complain.
us.
Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me down. So I'm gonna give you my full cooperation, Mr. Special Agent, sir.
Well, Zach, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to use my secret weapon.
Are you smiling like
Melvin, there's a cold storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there? I'd like to get permission to enter it.
Say what?
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh, I get it now. Lisa's body, yeah. Now, that's what I call a special agent. You already figured that much out. But, I'm not too sure that, going down there at this point is really gonna help much, you know?
Explain it yourself, Daddy.
That's incredible. I don't believe this. Amazing. Did you hear that, Zach? They put the body in a cold storage warehouse. This is fantastic. Insanely fantastic.
Really? Well, how about that? Well, all right then. I'll head on down to the warehouse ahead of you and make sure we get permission to search it.
Sounds good.
The management company only keeps the warehouse open during certain hours, so you'll have to come during those hours. I ain't looking to create any further disturbances. So be on time. Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Oh, if you say so, sweetie. She's a real sharp one, as you can see, so I try to stay out of her way. Well, all right then, York. I'll see you at the warehouse.
Long enough cutscene. All right, let's break this down because I'm gonna forget it when when Cat Lord Bearded talks to me about it later. No one else is gonna talk to me. I don't know why I talk like that. I'm sorry. Ruined the whole video. Anyway, we're gonna break this down. So, Patricia Woods was like, "Yo, you better sign this contract, fool. You're putting my life in danger, even though I chose to walk up to you." And it turns out Patricia's dad was Marvin, the sheriff. We had to steal the investigation from Marvin, and Marvin was like, "Take it, take it, take it." And now the body is in the cold storage, which we technically already knew, so I don't know why it's like coming out all these years. So that's going to be an interesting angle to look at. And now we're going to go to the cold storage. And now we get to skateboard. Your skateboard is your main method of getting around La Cree. Get on and off with Y, speed up with A, slow down with B. Oh, did I hit the curb?
Hey, you.
Oh. What do you want, Patricia?
You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the surface, are you?
You never know, Patricia.
Or using your FBI connections to sell kids to child trafficking organizations?
You never know, Patricia.
I've arrested people who've done both, but I've never engaged in either of those activities myself. Of course, I have imagined doing such things in order to learn more about the psychology of the criminals I deal with.
It was just a joke. Why are you getting all serious?
I'm an FBI agent.
And don't tell me what you imagine. Or else I'll get scared of you for real. Hey, can I come with you? You signed a contract with me, remember? And besides, I'm kind of worried about my daddy.
Do whatever you like. This is America, land of the free. But I have one condition.
What condition?
Don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter. Zach, it feels like she's carrying something with her. Kind of reminds me of you back when we first met. I can't leave her alone like this. You feel the same way, don't you?
I want to babysit. Tutorial indicators. Indicators help you stay aware of the direction and distance of your destinations. Main quest waypoint. Oh my god, it can barely keep
Melvin
up with
called
like
you a
60
strange
FPS.
name. CLG, I think. What exactly does that mean?
Clever little girl. That's what it stands for, at least. It's nice that he made up his own nickname for me and all, but it sounds kind of weird. I wish he'd call me something normal, like just Patricia or Pat.
I was trying to look to see if she was behind me. Well, I guess she's a spirit 'cause she's keeping up with me.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag,
And all the
buried
shit
in
you
a
see.
soggy grave at the bottom of a sea of data. That would have been its fate. Instead, it traveled from person to person until it finally fell right into our lap. Things always work out that way for us. We've traveled all over the United States trying to track down San Rouge. We can't let this chance pass us by, can we, Zach? We need to find some sort of clue before this southern sun melts it all away.
Kind of like the skateboard. Caught up. I hit the kid. I'm not gonna try.
Mr. York, that was mighty quick. The special agent does it again. You sure don't waste any time.
I sure don't. I don't even have a gun.
I bet my CLG's got a lot to learn from you. By the way, Mr. York, looks to me like you aren't packing anything.
I was on vacation in New Orleans before I happened to stop by here.
Well, shoot, that won't do. Here, I got something I think you'll like.
Purple.
I call him Mr. Alligator. Badass, ain't he?
Yes, Melvin.
It's a tranquilizer gun for the gators.
Mr. Alligator, a non-lethal gun made for self-defense. It can only fire rubber bullets.
And here's a radio. With this, you don't have to worry about any expensive roaming fees.
Remember when roaming was a thing? The radio Melvin gave you should come in handy.
Might take you a while to get used to him, but you'll get it. Try letting him rip a few times. Ain't no need to hold back out here.
These rubber bullets break these. I'm gonna be very surprised. Use Mr. Alligator, the self-defense gun you got from Melvin, to destroy the wood boxes. Gun basics. Mr. Alligator is a gun. Why are we shooting a dog? Is a gun that fires non-lethal rubber bullets. You can purchase more rubber bullets at shops, so keep an eye on your stuff. DL to point gun. R to aim. DR to fire. Oh, okay. I can deal with that. A to reload. Wait. That explains a lot.
Now this is an intriguing weapon. For a tranquilizer gun, it really packs a punch. But I'm afraid I'll decline. After all, this town is peaceful, isn't it?
Well, sure is peaceful. At least the humans are. But the animals are a different story. Remember what I named it? There are some real mean-ass gators out there in the swamps. And every now and then, they wander into town. One of them even went and ate a kid once. It happened a long time ago, but still, one chomp's all it takes. They swallow down every last bit of you. Poor kid's parents didn't even know what to put in his coffin. The worst part is, that taught the gators just how tasty we humans are. So now, those suckers just attack on sight.
Oh no.
Man-eating crocodiles will feast tonight. In Blood Swamp!
You know he's fibbing, right? Gators don't attack folks. I never heard about no kid getting swallowed by a gator.
Actually, Patricia, you're wrong.
I'm what?
Alligators do attack people, and it could happen in any town.
Remember that there was a kid at like Disney World that got killed by one a few years ago.
Huh?
Alligator, 1980. Directed by Louis Teague. It takes place in the Midwest, I believe. A teenage girl's pet alligator gets flushed down the toilet. Then, in the sewer, it feeds on the corpses of dogs that were used as test subjects for an experimental growth formula. After growing over 30 feet, it finally starts to go after humans. It's an extremely edifying movie. Back when I first saw it, I had a pet hamster.
Hey, Agent York. What's your first order of business? You're in charge now, remember?
Well said, Patricia.
Didn't want to hear about the alligator movie.
I nearly lost sight of my true goal. Melvin, I couldn't help but notice the name on the side of that truck. This facility is connected to the victim, isn't it?
What are you whispering about?
Oh, right. Yeah. I reckon I better start from there. I'm gonna tell it to you straight right from the beginning, Mr. York. As you guessed, this warehouse is run by the Clarksons. The victim's father, Danny Clarkson, is the one who manages the whole place. Okay, but why did he choose to store her body in his own warehouse, right? Well, that's 'cause there ain't no other place to store it. Our town has a clinic inside a church, but no more. Whenever someone kicks the bucket, we just bury him in the graveyard right outside of town. But not this time. We got a murder on our hands this time. We need to give Lisa's body an autopsy and keep it stored, right? So we had no choice but to rent out a corner of this warehouse.
I see. So that's what led to the ingenious choice to store the victim's body in a facility that her family owns.
Anywho, this is where the real story begins. Truth is, a few days before you got here, Lisa's body went missing.
Missing?
Yeah. All of a sudden, poof.
Did you leave the warehouse unlocked?
I most certainly did not. I locked the whole place up and made sure no one could get inside. No one stole the original key, and I couldn't find any fingerprints at the scene.
So, in other words, this is a locked room mystery.
The body of a beautiful young girl walks at mid... Hey! All right, CLG. Reckon I should have told you about this earlier when you first said you wanted to come here. It just didn't seem like the time or place as I remember. Anywho, how about we call it a day and head back to my office? You can go through all the files there.
No, thank you. This is what I came to investigate.
But Lisa's body isn't here anymore. You sure?
A little suspicious, Melvin.
That doesn't bother me one bit, Melvin. You see, I met a skeletal gentleman on my way here, and he was kind enough to give me an oracle.
I don't remember being actually given anything, though. Why is that still Mission 4? It told me Mission 4 is complete. Where does Van go?
By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Oh, no. I just figured that since we're working together now, it'd be a good idea to learn a little more about you.
Should an adult male like you really be asking a little girl this kind of question? Feel like I heard a story about this sort of thing on the news once.
Okay, Patty. I'm going to try asking you that question again. What do you do when you're at home?
I didn't mean to
watch
pull out a
TV
gun.
and look up stuff on the internet, I guess. Ain't much else to do when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Really? For some reason, I envisioned you working hard to take care of all the chores around the house.
Well, of course I do stuff like that too. But doesn't everyone? Why bother talking
No.
about it?
Other kids your age don't help out their parents. They're too busy talking with their friends on the phone or through emails.
That's stupid. I don't get why everyone's so obsessed with taking pictures of themselves. Then they send them to their friends just to get approval? Talk about cringeworthy.
How do you prefer to boost your self-esteem then?
I don't need to. I have my family. And besides, my daddy's the town sheriff. All I need to be happy is a normal life.
That's awfully mature of you.
Everyone else is just childish. I'm totally normal.
Okay then. So what do you do after you finish all your chores? You don't turn on CNN and pour yourself some bourbon, do you?
CNN. That's kid stuff. What I watch is way more adult than that.
Like what? Live sports?
You just don't get it, Agent York. Full House, Friends, Beverly Hills 90210, sitcoms. Sitcoms are an all-in-one package. Dreams, love, life lessons, science fiction. They've got everything you'd ever
I also
want.
watched
And some
Full House
cable
and whatever
channels
the
just
other
show
one was.
reruns all day
Not
long.
90210.
It's the best. Oh, but my favorite TV show is this
One
old
called
one called
MacGyver.
MacGyver. The main character is cute and smart. I don't know his real name, but I like him. Oh, and I also like Gil Grissom from CSI. I just think it's adorable how he keeps maggots inside his fridge.
Thank you, Patty. That was very informative. Well, what do you think, Zach? Her tastes are... they're a bit hard to describe. Wait, don't even say it. I know exactly what you're thinking, and I'm in full agreement.
I get money for that? Too many different controllers with Y in a different spot. All those autosaves. Going to the food storage, aka the morgue.
You holding up okay, CLG? Sure you don't want to wait outside?
Whew, I'll be fine, Daddy. Just make sure you don't take your eyes off of him. He's so selfish and inconsiderate. I'm still not convinced he's actually a real FBI agent. Look, he's talking to himself again.
Zack, this is the ambiguous zero, the deep freeze. Let's hurry up and find that flying serpent, shall we?
Quests updated.
Hey, Mr. York. You sure you want to keep investigating this place even though we know the body ain't here?
Yeah.
Of course, Melvin. The skeletal gentleman gave me an oracle, remember?
It's Skella what?
Ugh, he's just joking, Daddy. You can't take him seriously.
Huh? Well, was that really a joke, Mr. York? Well, I'll be. I see you've been hiding some real charm into that whole FBI routine.
Sorry, Melvin, but I'm dead serious.
This is where the body was stored. Well, temporarily at least. Warehouse number 2 still a ways in. You sure it's okay for us to be lollygagging around here?
Hawkendy. What was the point of the tutorial the first time? You can use visions to acquire important hints that'll help you proceed through the game. Use L to use vision. Yeah. Thanks. I literally just used it.
Good God almighty.
Alright.
This place always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I come here.
Yes, it's quite the funhouse. Truly a dazzling place. Meat entertainment. That's the only way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical
yourself.
Symphony. We eat all this in order to survive.
Yes, truly a symphony. Life and death resonating together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cool. Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are. I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI, you know.
Man.
I keep spacing out.
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, I realize it's just another scene of violent, depraved murder.
Technically, yeah.
Yes. All we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves in utterly new ways.
Get it? Because they're cows. Utterly.
Hey, Mr. York. This is kinda, yeah.
Melvin, if you have something to say, then just go on and say it. Otherwise, you'll simply be insulting this beautiful landscape.
You think this is beautiful?
Oh, yes. It's the abnormal world that supports our normal lives. I think that's wonderful. Don't you? Besides, look, Patricia seems to be handling this a lot better than you are.
Well, you see, I ain't too good with this grotesque stuff. Ugh.
Don't let it get to you, Daddy. Whew. Everyone has at least one thing they're afraid of. Even you. Right, Agent York?
Something I'm afraid of?
Yeah, that's right. You gotta have at least one thing. Like clowns.
Clowns are so funny. How could anyone be scared of them?
Zombies.
Love them.
A bucket full of worms.
I could squeeze them with my bare hands.
Oh gosh.
The sound of screeching glass.
Doesn't bother me.
Then...
They cling to your skin like putrid leeches, robbing you of much more than your vitality. The wet socks.
Melvin, you're a genius.
The wet socks? Why'd we call him a genius?
Just looking at this stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Alligator gartail. Fill the fish. A lot of trout. Very thin cows. Another phone. Crawfish tail. Telling you, that very large lobster, that it was just a very large crawfish at the beginning. Where'd all the manuals go? Where all the autos go?
Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question. In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you, the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my eye. Was that your wife?
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy. The prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy. A shooting star landed in a rural town, right on top of a man who now has a meteor-struck heart.
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. The truth is, Candy's a little sick right now. She can't even leave the house no more, so I always keep her photograph with me. Kinda feels like we're always together, you know?
I see. You care for your wife a great deal. But this means that...
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy. But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
Well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind. Don't you think that photograph looked a bit too old?
Oh no.
Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that. It might be a private matter, just like you, Zach.
Oh, I could talk to him again?
We're almost to the morgue. The temporary one, at least.
You don't need to keep correcting yourself, Melvin.
I know, but I'm starting to feel guilty all of a sudden.
What'd you do, Melvin?
You know, from an ethical perspective, it just ain't right to store a teenage girl's body in a place like this.
Still, rephrasing your sentences won't fix anything at this point. It's a shallow concern, really.
Yeah, I know. But shoot, I just felt like the least I could do is try to phrase it better.
Whew. Don't bother trying to convince him, Daddy. I've only been working with him for a little while, but I already figured out what his deal is. He ain't right in the head. Whew. The FBI should add a new requirement to their hiring process. Must possess humanity.
Damn, that's colder than this storage. Boo, I know. I know. Oh. Button's so easy to accidentally press. We don't want to go in there yet. We want to go look at all the other stuff. Tutorial, tight spaces. Sometimes you'll come across hidden passages in areas that cannot be entered through normal means. Whenever you find a suspicious area, you should try looking at it from a different perspective. In other words, press L to crouch. Okay. There's shit in there. Why is there shit in the way? That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever fucking saw. Somebody can tell me later what the fuck I was supposed to do with that. You can crouch! Can't do anything else! You can crouch! I'm irritated at that. Whatever. Music's funky.
Here we are, Zach. The morgue. They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can?
Yes.
We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Lucare. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
Definitely what I'm disappointed in.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
Search the morgue for clues to who took Lisa's body. Quest updated. Inspection started!
Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large.
Yeah,
Yes,
they are.
Zach, I agree. These footprints
the
must
Yeti.
belong to someone who's used to walking around in
Bigfoot.
cold temperatures.
It's the Yeti.
Zach, can you see that? Look closely. That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall.
The Yeti.
An icicle. Never thought I'd see one of these down in the South. Boxes of the past or presents of the future. Either way, this is a curious time capsule. Forgotten boxes. Looks like shelled headless shrimp. When were these boxes brought here? And when will they be taken away? Zach, can you feel it? The perpetual, unstoppable flow of time.
Yeah.
Boxes that got left behind. I can't tell what's inside. What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with okra. Yeah,
Okra.
I'm sure it must be okra. That's a staple of the South. These pallets are a mess. Looks like this area isn't used often. Still, the idea to store a body here. It's a novel, sophisticated idea, unlike anything I'd ever come up with. Look at the thermometer, Zach. It's at 10 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 12.2 degrees Celsius. This must not be the ambiguous zero.
Nope.
This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right, a body bag. Lisa's body must have been left here, but there are no signs that the bag was dragged away, so our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
The Yeti. Telling ya.
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
Just thought you wanted to see where the body... I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground, so it's even colder than this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death.
All life will come to an end in the icebound zone.
You feel me?
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where she is.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once. These luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
Spaced out again. I suck. Oh, you can't talk about the game to me. At least you can watch it. I'm gonna have to fucking watch it. And not space out again. We're going to a luxury foods warehouse. I got that much. Foods, not feuds. Why is there still a thing here? Oh, crouch. Okay.
A 10-foot tall giant?
The Yeti.
All right. Now that one's gotta be a joke. Right, Mr. York?
Out of the way yet? Oh.
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there, so I didn't bother to go and get one.
Well, then would you go and get one now?
Yeah. COG, I know. I'll tell it to him straight. Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons? The folks who own this place? Well, they don't too much like the police. And they sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through. So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
No, it was real when Zelda heard it.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead. All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's
Yeah.
always what I see you doing on TV.
True. Well, that explains why the other mission was mission 12. Still very annoyed that there's nothing there.
The elevator won't move without a key, Mr. York. Think you two can go and figure something out? I'll search around here in the meantime. I believe in you. I know they didn't make you a special agent for nothing.
Thanks, Melvin.
Zach, I think we can move this. Better check back here as well, just to be on the safe side.
I don't know where those are kept. Those trinkets we can just sell. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bet you I can walk through that crouch area now. I didn't move that? I didn't move the right one? Spit. Chew the back, chew the back, chew the back, spit. There we go. Want to thank Catfish Whisker.
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing.
True.
Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it. Now we should be able to operate the elevator. No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation. I'll write him a letter of apology later.
Sorry, I stole your elevator key. Oh, I'm in the way of the mini-map, too. This is not a good spot for me. Guess we're going here.
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha! Now that's my special agent. There ain't no stopping you.
No, there
Want
isn't.
to head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin.
Sally 4th. What about Sally 3rd? I don't know why I always have to look at my camera. Whenever you film, do you look at your camera? There's no reason to, but like your eyes
Jack,
are
look
drawn
at that
to.
thermometer. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius.
Ambiguous 0.
This is the ambiguous 0.
Hey, Avery! Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York. Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees. He just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
Wanna shoot him with a rubber bullet?
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
Yeah, you are. But, I think that's enough for today. Obviously, I'm filming these a little bit longer, kind of like I'm streaming, but obviously I'm not streaming. But since we're on Switch, even though I saved, we can still just put it into sleep mode. So, I think I paid mostly attention. I look forward to conversing with you. Mainly so you can point things out to me that I didn't see because I'm a space case. But yeah, so we saw a weird skeletal man in a painting. He told us to put 10 matings on an altar and get a flying serpent dragon thing. Lise Clarkson's body was moved. I'm pretty sure it's a Yeti. A Yeti. No way it's not a Yeti. Tell me if you think it's a Yeti. And we're going through the Clarkson's food plant. We shot down a UFO. And yeah. The owners are racist. There you go. Hope you enjoyed. Hit like, subscribe if you're new here. Even though I'm not marking it as Deadly Premonition 2. I mean, Deadly Premonition. Anyway, enjoy. I'm out.